All right, guys, welcome back to the garage again. It is time for the next step in the budget RZR build that we're building. So this next accessory isn't necessarily going to be for everyone. A lot of you probably won't even need this accessory. This is the Tusk Quiet Glide skid plate. Purpose of the skid plate, obviously to protect the underside of your machine. If you're driving on farm roads or not getting in a lot of circumstances where you're going to scrape the bottom of your machine, then this isn't something you'll need. But if you plan on doing any rock crawling, any heavy trail or difficult trail riding, it's definitely something you're going to want to take a look at. So this video isn't going to be an installation video. There's plenty of those online. This is going to be, I'm going to get it installed, tell you what the installation process is like, tell you what pitfalls to look out for, stuff like that. But we're not going to go step by step here. This one will probably be pretty short. But yeah, we're going to get on to the next step of the budget RZR build here, and we'll jump into it and see how it goes. So for now, I am going to open the box, show you what it looks like when you open the box, and then I'll go ahead and get it installed. All right, let's take a look at what's in the box real quick. I guess that's for the rear, somewhere around there. So skid plate number one, stand that up right there. Skid plate number two, looks like that's probably for the front. Plate number three for the very, very front. So you got, has accessories or accessibility for oil and stuff like that. What is this? Don't know what this is. Big chunk of metal for something. And here. So it looks like that section is probably that one I showed you first is probably for the middle. This one's for the rear. That's what she looks like. The hardware is kind of strewn about in here. Came out of the box somehow. We got all of it. We're going to find out. It comes with a drill bit. Guess they're going to be drilling here pretty quick. Comes with two drill bits. Some broken zip ties, that's why the hardware is strewn about. So he's got a couple of those. Another piece of metal for something. Don't know what that's for yet. Oh, here's the hardware bag. Here's the hardware bag thing. Okay. And the instructions are in there as well. So we'll take a look at the instructions and go from there. A couple dividers. Bunch of pieces of hardware. Looks like it's all Allens and Torx. That's about it. And then there is a 9/16 hole saw drill bit situation as well. So don't know what that's about, but I guess we'll find out. So anyway, I'm gonna get to installing. Next time you see me, probably be installed, unless I feel like stopping along the way. But we'll go from there. I'm gonna get started looking at these instructions. All right, real quick, I want to show you one thing the instructions recommended is that you lay out your hardware like this into groups. So you can see that's what I've done here. So label them by the groups that are right here. So that way when it calls for the hardware during the instructions, I know what hardware to grab and it's easy and already segmented. So got the pieces all laying out. Time to crawl under there and get the stock skid plate removed. Good times. All right, 4 hours later, and we're done. So it took about 4 hours and not super crazy. Let me take you over, kind of walk through some of the weird stuff. Not weird stuff, but some of the stuff with the install. First thing, holy crap, Tusk. Do we need to have 6 times the amount of hardware that the stock skid plates come with? A lot of hardware. Drilling, you are drilling into the frame quite a bit, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it is what it is. By the frame, I mean, the lower frame. So you are doing quite a bit of that. One thing that was super helpful, a couple things that were super helpful. So first, putting it up on these ramps, having that extra foot underneath it was super helpful. Allowed me enough room to be able to work underneath it comfortably, which was good. I did not need to use any jacks or extra anything to get it done. I just, laid under there, held stuff up, put one bolt in at a time, that kind of stuff. And then in the front, in the video,
which again, this isn't an install video. I will link to Tusk's install video, Rocky Mountain's install video down below, so you can, if you want to find an install video on it. It's detailed, it's good enough. I'm not going to redo an install video that is already good. They do a good job of it. But one thing they do mention is heating up the skid plate down here to get it to flex and sit proper. I didn't need to do that. It was fine. Let's see, what else? This situation down here, you've got to connect down here the two skid plates together using a clamp. That was fun to deal with. Turned out good though. Real quick, the hardware is garbage. So I would save as much of the old hardware as you can. It's funny, if you watch the install video, the guy doing the install video, like it's almost like he winks at you when he says you should keep a lot of the hardware just in case. It's like he's winking at you saying the hardware is cheap and gonna fail. Quite a bit of stripped hardware, so I did use a bit of the old stuff when I redid it. What else? Oh, don't be intimidated by the cutting of the skid plate thing. It's not that big of a deal. That's what I did. I just used a black Sharpie on it and a jigsaw. You will need a jigsaw. Sawzall will do it, but they're a bit unwieldy. You can be a little more detailed with the jigsaw, so don't be intimidated. It's easy. It's not a big deal. This whole thing it's an easy job, but it's tedious. And that's kind of what we like to show out of these install videos, is not necessarily step-by-step how to install. We're trying to show that basically anybody could do this kind of stuff. I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm super handy. I'm pretty handy, but I'm always willing to try stuff. And it was easy enough for me. So let me see if I take you under a little bit and show you a little bit of the skid plate situation down below. Let's see here. Let's see if we can do this even at all. So here's what she looks like down below. You can see the video there, but there is just a ton of hardware, which is fun. I'm not sure it's necessary, but it's there. So lots and lots of hardware. So but it's good to go. So that's it down below. So again, as far as the install time, it's not crazy. 4 hours on a Saturday isn't too bad. Had the game on in the background, so got to listen to BYU take a whooping to Iowa State. Made a game of it, but the right team came out on top there. So anyway, I will post in the down below here on the screen, somewhere around here, this region, where we're at as far as budget on this rig goes. And that includes the skid plate, and we'll try to detail it, including the items that we have on it, so you can eliminate what you need to. But so far, as far as budgets go, we're keeping it pretty low, and again, we're trying to make this a rig that anybody could deal with, or anybody could really afford if they want to. Not anybody, but most people. So anyway, that's it. So that's the skid plate. Next move for the RZR is we're going to put a street legal kit on it. I think I'm going to have Dave do that. I think I'm going to give him the pleasure of installing the street legal kit on it. We'll see. So, but this rig's going back to St. George here soon, and they'll play with it some more there and get more stuff on it. So anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Appreciate you watching. If you want more RZR content, leave a comment in the comments down below, or let us know what you're looking for there as well. We're always open to new ideas. So, but that's it, guys. Appreciate you watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I guess we'll see you on the next one.
All right, get to it. Just like that. Right up and over.